Hey, what's going on, good folks? It's Melissa Archie here, and today, listen, we've been on a roll for the past 2 weeks. We started out where we were talking about persona brands, and we gave a few examples last week about celebrities, actors, entertainers, as brand entities. And in that conversation last week, we brought up two people, Tracy Ellis Ross and Ryan Reynolds, who were also building themselves as moguls with actual product service based businesses. And so it just made sense to me that we would get into talking a little bit more about how to create an influencer brand, what it is, what that looks like, what does it mean. That's what we're going to talk about today. Y'all ready? Okay. So, what makes an influencer brand, right? They're really built around an influencer's credibility and their following, right? So once a brand has a person, right, who is an influencer, has developed their brand to a point of undeniable credibility and following, then there's an opportunity to create a influencer brand, right, where you're talking about a lifestyle product or service that is somehow connected to that influencer's lifestyle and personality. So it's always about leveraging that, right? They're leveraging the work that they've done to develop their personal brand and then apply it to a business opportunity for consumers. So we got a couple examples for you. Kylie Cosmetics. Who doesn't know about Kylie Jenner? That family is always involved in what's next. What we doing now, ladies? So Kylie, obviously, as a Kardashian, she's pulled no punches and wasted no time making sure that she's going to have legacy and have multiple streams of income. And she's done a great job with that, with the Kylie Cosmetics brands. Rihanna? I mean, come on, Fenty? Fenty. She's like one of the top producing product brands in the beauty space right now. And she's so fierce with it. It just made sense with everything that she does. As a beautiful woman, it just made sense that she would then start to expand into offering more than just her musical taste and get into the beauty and cosmetic space. But Fenty has since expanded into a lingerie wear as well. And now that she is going to be a two-time mom, we can only guess what's to come next. But perfect example of saying, hey, I'm an influencer. People are paying attention to me. I think I know my fan base so well enough that I can offer them something that is going to improve their lives and that they're going to love. And so that's what Rihanna did. Guess who else did that? Tracy Ellis Ross. I know, it's like a long list of women, right? Because we doing it. But Pattern by Tracy Ellis Ross. I just love her, right? So I have to bring her up. I think she's one of the most authentic beings out there, and everything that she does, I stand up for her. And I thought it was just wild when she came to the market with this beauty product line, because everybody knows her for her audacious curls and in addition to her beauty and her personality. And she's done such a great job developing her brand so much that it's almost I think it's beyond secondary to think of who her mom is, because she's done such a great job at just owning herself. And so when she came out with the Pattern brand, I think curly haired women across the globe, and particularly women of color, were just like waiting for it. We were waiting for it. So her product line is, I think one of the tags that she talks about is that every curl has a story. And she wants to make sure that she's offering a product that is going to be healthy and safe ingredients. And it's going to really nourish the hair, because she's all about nourishing your body, nourishing your life, and making sure that it's affordable, it's accessible for her followers. So those are just a couple examples of brand that come from influencers. And I think it's really important to take a look at how that can be done, right? So I don't think that you have to be as large as Tracy Ellis, as Kylie, as Rihanna, to build a brand based off of a product service brand based off of your influence. And so there are a couple ways that you can go about it. 7 steps for you. Here we go. Identify your niche. Choose a specific niche or an industry where you have an expertise, where you have a knowledge or a passion, and dig into it. You don't have to be the expert of all things, but find those experts and build it, because it's about building the best product, right? So identify that niche. It obviously will, because you're an influencer brand and you understand brand, you know who you are, you're authentic, and you ain't making nothing up for nobody. You know what's going to make sense for you. So identify that niche. And then from there, you're going to define the identity of that brand. What's the personality of that brand? What are the values of that brand? And all of that is gonna show up in the logo, the colors, the tone of voice, the visuals. And you might, as an influencer, lean all the way forward in that brand, or you might, lean a little bit back. Of course, you're going to be a part of it. You're going to be an integral part of it. You'll be the face of it. But it doesn't mean that you can't have the experts participating in what that brand looks like. But ultimately, it's going to be a reflection of you, and you're going to be showing up in that brand. How much you lean forward in it is up to you. But you will absolutely make sure that it is authentic to who you are and your fans. Because if it doesn't work for your fans, then what are you really building? Third, build the online presence. Every influencer is not an influencer just because they have a social media presence. So if that social media presence is not really prolific, you can start to build it as such. And then there would be a spin-off, right? So as the influencer, your social media needs to be active in order to help support building and growing the social media for your then created brand entity that is your product or service-based business. Of course, from there, you got to engage that audience. You got to build a really strong relationship with your audience by engaging them regularly, being responsive, to their comments, to their messages, to the feedback that's coming from the ethers, and taking those suggestions. And when you do that, you're able to really remain grounded in the authenticity of what you're creating. And that matters, because without it, you have no brand. So the same way that you were able to build that influence as a persona brand is you're going to be applying that very strategically, probably even more so strategically for developing your business, and hopefully picking the right team to do that. Because now you want to make sure, when you're clear on your values and your ethics, that you're aligning yourself in agreement with those values and ethics. So you're collaborating. That's the next step, is that you're going to collaborate with other influencers to spread that awareness. You're going to make sure that those influencers might be people. Those influencers might be complementary businesses, and non-compete, right? And you cross-promote each other's content to help reach new audiences, and that's how you can take advantage of and speed the pace on increasing awareness of what it is that you're doing beyond your personal ready-made audience. And so, of course, it's all about monetization. Otherwise, what business do you have? So you've got to make sure that the brand is monetized. You establish your influencer brand. You can monetize it through partnerships, through sponsorships, through affiliate marketing. If it's products, it's product sales. If it might be paid content, just depending on the ethos of your business, whatever it is. You want to be thinking about how you can monetize for the best profit, right? And to be able to do that in a way where you're constantly increasing your funnel, your marketing funnel, that buyer's journey, which is essentially being able to increase your audience. And then, of course, you got to be authentic. And as we always talk about with brands, consistent. Authentic and consistent. It's essential in messaging. It's essential in making sure that you're always educating and informing your fan base, your potential customers, and you don't compromise on your values and your integrity for the sake of sponsorship or profit either, because you're so sure and so grounded and so clear on your core values and ethics. So I think the number one thing is realizing that creating an influencer brand takes time, it takes effort, it takes dedication, and with the right strategy and the right approach, anyone can really get a successful personal brand and a successful business entity brand off the ground. And when you're in the position of already being an influencer, I mean, you've just increased your starting point. So if you need a hand, guess what? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. So if you need a hand, look no further. Drop some notes in the comments for me. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if it's clear. You can direct message me. And as always, you can connect with me at thecollectivelmg.com. And I'll be back next week with some more conversation for you. Talk to you then. Bye.